Hi, my name is Fidel Gakuba, and I'm running for the Board of Supervisors in San Francisco in District 1, the Richmond District. And I want to thank the League of Women Voters for providing us the opportunity to address you. Just like the nation needs change at the federal level, San Francisco needs change at the local level. And I want to be your local change agent, representing the will of the people instead of party and ideology, in order to provide the greatest good for the greatest number of people. Like Senator Obama, I have a multiracial and multicultural background, which has instilled experiences and sensitivities in me that emphasize win-win situations in order to expand the pie instead of simply recutting the pie. 41 years ago, I was born in Odessa, the former Soviet Union, to a Russian mother and a Rwandese father, studying medicine, preparing for post-colonial Africa. By 4 years old, I had lived on 3 continents, 4 countries, and I was learning English as a third language in order to assimilate into the public school system in Baltimore, Maryland. I share my background with you to emphasize how much I appreciate the impact that government has on its constituents: health, education, and well-being. Consequently, I've been committed to being a foot soldier in the democratic process in order to amplify the democratic debate. In high school, I served on numerous get-out-the-vote drives for then Congresswoman Barbara Mikulski. While attending Brown University, I interned for Senator Pell during the Iran-Contra investigations. While attending the Wharton Business School in Philadelphia, I did precinct walks for then Mayor Ed Rendell. And when I moved to San Francisco in 1995, I had participated in many voter registration drives and precinct walks, and I supported many candidates. I had been content to do the grunt work while scratching out a living here in San Francisco, confident that the progressive environment and the elected officials would steer our city in the right direction. However, I've lost confidence in City Hall to the point that I'm getting active. People's lives are dramatically affected, yet the members down at City Hall act as if San Francisco is one big monopoly game, serving the unique factions, the unique interests of the various factions at the expense of the broader community. Our city is the shiny city upon the hill and should be the envy of the world. Yet our city is tarnished and not working properly. And this is despite a $6.5 billion budget, a record budget. And what demographic and social impacts have these progressive legislators provided to us? School choice has created informal segregation. We have the fewest children per capita of any major city, losing 800 school-aged children a year and their families. Over 90% of Caucasian children go to private school, whereas we have the largest achievement gap between African Americans and the broader population. We have a huge exodus of the middle class in San Francisco. Every economic bracket from 150,000 and lower has exited the city in the last 5 to 8 years at a rate of 5 to 8%, whereas those making 150,000 and above has increased by over 50%. We have a record homicide rate at a time when New York, Chicago, and LA are experiencing 20-year lows in homicide. I represent the intersection of many of these affected groups, and I want to be a salient solution to detoxify the environment down in City Hall and to provide common sense solutions and win-win situations that serve the broader community. I feel qualified to be a member of the Board of Supervisors for the following reasons. First, I have no political ties, and so I have no ties to the mayor's office or any faction of the Board of Supervisors. Therefore, I would serve the community that I live in, the Richmond District, and the constituents of the Richmond District. Second, I've worked in the private sector for most of my career as a management consultant and marketing consultant for major companies. Therefore, I appreciate fiscal responsibility and accountability, as well as understanding your customers and your constituents in order to better provide service to them. And third, I have a multiracial, multicultural background, and so I emphasize win-win situations, and I've always been a diplomat for various groups, trying to appreciate the various interests that parties have. And finally, I'm a father of a 4- and a 6-year-old, and I want to leave this city in better condition than what it's been. Therefore, I ask for your vote for Fidel Gakuba San Francisco Board of Supervisors, District 1. With your help, we can elect me. Thank you.
SF Votes. The League of Women Voters has joined with your public, educational, and government cable stations to provide the election information you need. SF Votes. Meet the candidates, learn about the city's ballot measures, and find out how you can make your voice heard. SF Votes. Grassroots, independent, complete election coverage you can find nowhere else. Brought to you by the League of Women Voters, Access SF, EATV, and SFG TV.